Welcome to the Truckers Network radio show on tncradio.live, where we offer the news, weather, traffic, sports, information, and entertainment our commercial drivers want to hear. I'm your host, Shelley Johnson. Speaking of entertainment, Soulful Femme claimed national attention in 2021 with their debut album, It Is Well With My Soul. The Pittsburgh-based blues duo are vocal veterans, Stephanie, a.k.a. Stevee Wellons, and Delaney Guitars-endorsed artist Cheryl Rinovato. They're a musical powerhouse across western Pennsylvania. Special guests on their new album include the American blues prodigy Bernard Allison and Chicago blueswoman of the 2020s, Joanna Connor. Soulful Femme is a highly accomplished duo. Stevee has been performing in the tri-state area for the last 25 years. She's known for her high-energy stage presence and performance. She began her career in her early 20s. Since then, Stevee's performed with numerous area bands and currently teaches and coaches voice at the prestigious Afro-American Institute in the Homewood area of Pittsburgh. An experienced recording artist, Stevee has recorded in Pittsburgh, New York, Chicago, and Baltimore. Cheryl is also a seasoned musician. Cheryl has her degree in applied music with a second major in arranging and composition at the famed Berklee College of Music. Cheryl began her musical career as a studio musician throughout New England, known for her distinct interpretation style. Since moving to Pittsburgh, Cheryl's been a professional musician for many area bands and has done extensive studio work. She's also been the recipient of the prestigious Jim Weber Award. Both Stevee and Cheryl bring the blues to life. Living Blues magazine says Soulful Femme's vivid sound engulfs us in its beauty and richness. We can hope that this is the first of many albums we'll have from Soulful Femme. I totally agree.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. You keep hanging around like you got something to say. I got a bad feeling you're gonna come walking my way. Keep in mind, my old friend, this is not where you should be. Never darken my front door or the Lord will set you free. Set you free. Set you free. Years and years of you all up in my face. What I need right now is plenty of empty space. Your kind of love took the life out of me. Never darken my front door or the Lord will set you free. Forgive and forget, oh not so much. Redemption of your soul, you ain't got no Midas touch. One final thing that I got to say, money don't mean nothing, but it sure help make your day. Keep the damn change, buddy, it ain't worth nothing to me. Never darken my front door or the Lord will set you free.
I have the honor of having Stevee Wellons and Cheryl Rinovato from Soulful Femme with me. Welcome, and thank you for being on the show with me today. This is going to be exciting.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
You know, you ladies are making some serious waves on the music scene. Your new album, It Is Well With My Soul, has been really well received.
Yeah, we're kind of surprised by that, but it's been on the charts a year, June 6th.
Wow. And that's terrific. You have the title cut, It's Well With My Soul, along with the song Set You Free on your album. I love both of those. Did you want to talk about what inspired those songs?
Hey, Cheryl, you first.
We always get asked this question about Set You Free because the music is very up-tempo and pop, very, very exciting, but the words and the lyrics are, they speak for themselves. But I think Set You Free is just a modern way of the blues. When things go bad, their relationship goes bad, you write the blues. This is just an up funky blues.
I love that. And It's Well With My Soul. I like that melody as well.
It's, as you know, it is a traditional hymn, and there's a story, of course, behind it. And Cheryl and I were down in where were we? In Georgia. We're in Georgia, and we were at this store, and it said there were items and little pictures and coffee mugs and things that said, "It is well with my," and T-shirts, "It is well with my soul." And we thought about that hymn, and we said that would be something to put on our CD because it kind of encompasses, all the trials and things that we've gone through in life, and that we're still here.
It's so appropriate right now since the pandemic. I mean, we've lived in crazy land, haven't we?
Yes.
And we recorded, and we recorded the song during COVID.
Oh my goodness. How did you do that?
Ooh. Well, let's see. We had a couple studios, one studio in particular that we would have. We would come in, just a few of us, and we do social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
It was really cool. We had the musicians come in, maybe one at a time or two at a time, but we got it done. We got it done, and a lot of people said, "How the heck did you?" We just got it done. We're determined to do it, and we had all this time, and other musicians needed something to do too. So, we did it. We actually did it. It was really something.
I've talked to a number of musicians that they were able to really find a different level of creativity during the pandemic. It was a time to reflect and all of that. Do you think that helped with some of your synergy when you were putting all this together?
I think so. As Stevie said, a lot of the musicians were anxious to work. We handpicked all the musicians on the CD. And when it finally all came together, it was almost magical. And the producer, Rick Wachowski, the final producer, he actually told us, he said, "You guys believed in this project so strongly." And he said, the more I produced it and recorded it, I could see why. He said, "I think it's a masterful product." And so we're very proud of it.
Oh, and you should be. I love the music. So I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about you guys. Did you always want to perform blues when you grew up? I mean, both of you are so extremely accomplished in music. I thought maybe you could tell the listeners a little bit about your background.
Well, for myself, I listened to music as a child. Of course, my parents listened to a lot of music, and we had the 45 records, if everybody remembers the records. Record player, yeah.
It's like, what's a record, right?
What's a record? What is that? Somebody said this big giant record. Somebody said that's a big black CD. That's not a CD, honey. That's a record. They thought it was a CD. Little kids, they thought it was a CD. You should see this. But anyway, music, I was able to listen to and different types of music. I was privy to that because of my parents. Wasn't locked into one type of music. There was some blues in there, but there was a lot of R&B, jazz, a lot of that, even show tunes. I'm talking some show tunes like Sound of Music, and things like that. We listened to all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listened, as I got older, I listened to rock, progressive rock, different, just all the music. It's the story of my life. Every genre of music has played a part in my life. And then I got the chance to perform just about all of it, with the exception of maybe opera, which I love. I love opera. I've done orchestra. I played in the orchestra. So I've had to really listen to it all, and I put it all in with my music, all the emotion of all the music. That's where I'm at. And so it wasn't just blues.
Mm-hmm.
Blues I came to blues a little later on in life, mostly because of Cheryl and because of, somebody asked me to do a blues show. So, okay, all right. And then I just got into it. But blues started, like I said, I knew blues early on, but that wasn't all the music that I listened to. But now I've been able to put all of those genres, all of those different types of music, everything into what I do, even when I record. So I feel really, really blessed to be able to do that.
Oh, you've had a phenomenal career. You won the 2015 Blues Society of Western Pennsylvania's Blues Challenge and represented, I guess, Western Pennsylvania at the 2016 International Blues Challenge as well. So that's phenomenal. And it's kind of interesting. You like opera as well. All these different musical genres, pulling all of that together. I would think that gives you maybe the versatility, do you think?
Yes, because because people have asked me, well, can you do certain songs?
Mm-hmm.
I said, sure. Yeah. Or have you done? I've done country western. I've done rockabilly. People ask me to perform on their recordings, doing
Mm-hmm.
background vocals and doing some leads. And I've had the opportunity to be able to do all of those.
That's fantastic.
Really, I didn't realize what was happening. As I got older, I realized, people ask, well, how did you get to this? How did you get to this type of music? Or how do you know how to perform this type of music? It's because I don't know. I've been doing it for a long time, and I don't discriminate in music. I'm serious. I love all kinds of music, even like the electronica stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's really some deep music.
Sure.
And it's all music and it's all great. So.
And it's not easy to sing for different genres because it's all a different technique. So, I mean, that's phenomenal.
That's true. That's true. But for me, like I said, when I do jazz, it's a totally different vibe, and I know where to go because I can feel that music.
Sure.
And then when we're doing blues, I can feel that music as well. And it's like I said, it's the music of, I guess, my heritage, but all of it is actually. And I know where the feel of the music I can understand. I understand a lot of, like I said, how it was, why some of these songs are written, along with gospel, why these songs are written, and I can put myself into the experience.
And it shows. The two of you have such a tremendous synergy, and the music's absolutely great. Cheryl, you've got quite the background too. As a guitarist, you're super accomplished.
Thank you. I similar story as Stevee's with my parents, and then as back when I grew up, girls with guitars wasn't even known for the most part. It wasn't popular. And once I saw the Beatles and then the Monkees, that was it. But yeah, so I asked, I wanted to start guitar, and I did, and I studied since I was very young, and got into different types of music. Horn bands I loved, and I liked Allman Brothers and Jimi Hendrix. Stevie and I like a lot of the same people, very different backgrounds, but musically we listened to a lot of the same music: Marvin Gaye, Jerry Butler, staple singers, etc. And then I went to Berklee. I was the first female to get into the applied program, which all that means is you had to be pretty good. And and
So
then
you were a pioneer for women too. That's terrific.
yeah, I worked with Duke Wellington when I was 18.
Oh, wow.
Summer. And well, most people don't even know who that is anymore. So, but yes, and I have done extensive studio work, and I came to the blues very late as well. And Stevie and I met at that blues event she was referring to. And I knew that I wanted to put a band around her, whether it was blues or rock or jazz. And it turned out that it's a little bit of everything. It's, you know, we hate to categorize ourselves, but that's, I know the industry does that. They kind of put us as a soul blues duo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the most accurate, because we do a lot of R&B. We do a lot of blues. We do some older things, older pieces that you don't hear anymore. And that's kind of like what we like to do, plus write our original music, obviously.
I know some of our listeners are going to ask, what was it like to work with Duke Ellington? I mean, oh my.
For an 18-year-old kid, pretty intimidating. He was very professional. He would sit at his piano during the breaks, and he was always tinkering with the piano, always writing. I knew his grandson at Berklee. That's kind of how we got the connection, but it puts you in your place. That's for sure. But I learned what it's like to be a professional and conduct yourself as a professional.
What a great start. I mean, that really sets you on the right track, if you will.
Well, you know, I came out of Berklee and way back then, it was really heavy into jazz. It was very much jazz. And I became an accomplished jazz player, but when I got out of Berklee, I quickly learned that, okay, there's not really too much of a demand for that. And so I started playing in a rock band, and I learned to have fun and not take things so seriously. And then moving to Pittsburgh and getting in a disco band, and, you know, started to just have fun playing. And then when Stevie and I got together about, 7 years ago, it just continued.
And you've been, Blues Guitarist of the Year 3 times, 2012, 2013, and 2015. And you're among the ranks
I've been very blessed.
Yes, you have. Well, and well earned. I mean, certainly you're a tremendous musician, and you're among the ranks of the Delaney Guitars endorsed artists. So that's quite an accomplishment.
That was an honor I didn't expect that. It came out of the blue. And I was so honored, and I still am honored that it's a family. Delaney Guitars is a family, and we all know each other, support each other. We care about the industry. Mike Delaney is an amazing, kind human being. Stevie has met Mike. We flew to Austin, Texas for my first.
Like Val are just wonderful people.
They're just kind. He's so talented, and I can't even tell you how talented he is. And he builds your instrument to your specifications. And if you're not happy at all, it's just it's family. You feel like you're in a family, and that's true.
That's terrific. Industry movement Trucking Moves America Forward is telling the story of the industry. Our safety champions, the women of trucking, independent contractors, the next generation of truckers, and more. Help us promote the best of our industry. Share your story and what you love about trucking. Share images of a moment you're proud of. And join us on social media. Learn more at truckingmovesamerica.com. Welcome back to the Truckers Network radio show here on TNCRadio.live. I'm Shelley Johnson, and I'm talking to Soulful Femme. They are a dynamic duo. There's no other way to describe them. Now, how did you guys get together? We probably want to know a little bit about that, and then we could talk more about the songs on your album.
Let's see, Cheryl and I we didn't know each other at the time, but we were invited to do a women's show. I think it was Blues Goes Pink. Was it the one, Cheryl?
It was a Blues Society of Western Pennsylvania's annual cancer fundraiser.
Okay.
That's what it actually was. And they hired a band, of which I was blessed enough to be the guitar player. And they hired, I think it was 6 singers that year, 6 vocalists, of which Stevee was one.
And the rest, they say, is history. That's terrific.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
It was funny because I heard her sing at rehearsal, and she kind of took me aback because what she sang, what was that, Steph?
I Pity the Fool.
I Pity the Fool. She said, I'm going to sing I Pity the Fool. And I thought, whoa, okay. It's a tall order, right? Well, as soon as she opened her mouth, I was like, oh, Lord. So we did the gig, and the band, the 4-piece band, I went to them, and while we were tearing down, and I said, I'm going to build a band around Stevee Wellons. Who's with me? And they all raised their hands like little kids, right?
Oh, that's great.
They said, who's going to ask her, though? I said, I'll ask her. And that's how that went.
Neat.
Didn't regret it at all. It's been a wonderful ride, and looking forward to keep riding along as long as I'm up and upright.
Well, I'm glad you got
able
together.
To sing.
We would have been deprived of some tremendous talent. I mean, this is terrific music. Now, you have a song on your album called Born to Blues. I like that one too.
That song we did on our first album with Stevee Wellons' band, SWB. And we liked the way it came out, but when we went to do this album, I said, why don't we think about doing that again? But let's change the tone and the texture of the song. Again, we were blessed to have some of the finest musicians we've ever worked with on this CD, not to mention Joanna Connor and Bernard Allison. But the musicians were incredibly talented, and some of them were jazz oriented. So we said, let's do this song kind of let's just see where it goes. And that's what happened to that song. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
It really is.
I was born in the shadow of the moon. Don't you know I was born in the shadow of the moon? Don't you know, baby, I was born to blues. Hey, come over here, baby, walk a mile in my shoes. Oh, come over here, baby, walk a mile in my shoes. Then you'll know why I was born to blues. You've got nothing to fear when you've got nothing to lose. Oh, you've got nothing to fear when you've got nothing to lose. Don't you know, baby, I was born to blues.
to blues. I like that a lot. Another song I like is Trouble. That's a great one. I mean, Trouble's knocking, what is it? When I walk outside, the rain starts falling down. Seems like the
Oh,
world's
yeah.
trying to bring me down. Trouble knocking at my door. It's great.
Well, isn't that what happens?
Yeah, it really is.
That's what happens.
Oh man.
Well, you know what? That was our tribute to the blues. The typical. I don't want to say typical, but
That was the jump swing.
the jump
swing
blues.
rock.
Like a swing blues. That was our tribute to that.
Yeah.
Swing blues. I don't think people know how swing originated. There's quite a history there. And in swing blues,
Yes.
people don't put those together. It's like, can you do that?
Yeah. I mean, but some of the blues musicians are just amazing musicians, and we've been blessed to be on stage with many of them, to open for many of them. It just goes on and on. So we're at a point in our career where we're excited to see what comes next.
I will say, you make Trouble sound like a whole lot of fun. Let's give it a listen. Trouble, performed by Soulful Femme.
When I walk outside
Now that is some blues. Love it. Your album has some other cool stuff too. You've got Bernard Allison. That's pretty tremendous.
That was like, oh my gosh. When he just said yes. We asked him, he just yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. He's a sweetheart. He is. We had a chance to meet him, of course, and we opened for him. We were on the same show, weren't we, Cheryl?
We were on the same show and we have opened for him, yes.
Yeah, we have, yeah. And it was like, oh, he just blew me away. And we just asked him right there. He said yes.
He said yes. And we needed, I heard like a muddy Mississippi slide type, like a muddy, gritty. And he just came through. And then Joanna Connor came through with 40 Under.
Oh, yeah.
The great Joanna Connor from Chicago. And I needed something very powerful because it's a ballad, but it's a very painful ballad. Mm-hmm. And I needed something painful.
And I have to say, on when Bernard Allison, he was on the CD and he did this, he performed on there the song Dead Man's Blues. Mm-hmm. And of course, he had to mention his father because the song is about, the feeling the vibe from Beale Street or the blues and all those who came before us. All the things that we're doing now, they've done it before. Okay. It's been done, but everybody puts a little, extra on it. And he actually had played his father's guitar. Late Luther Allison.
Is that neat?
Yeah, and then he sent us a picture of himself playing the guitar. And it's just, again, the blues family's like family too. Mm-hmm. It really is.
So it's kind of like bringing his dad back to life.
Yes. And he did. Yeah.
Wow, I'm right here on Beale Street. I wonder if Luther Allison ever played in that club right there. Dead Man Blues. Hear an echo of voices from the past. Can you hear the voices from the past? man blues, of those dead man blues. Hey, those dead man blues. Hey, can you feel it? Hey, look over there, Mr. Howlin' Wolf. Miss Bessie Smith. Hey, Big Mama Thornton. Look, she's standing right over there right now. Sister. Mr. Elmo James. T-Bone Walker. And look right there. Mr. Luther Allison. Yeah, I feel it.
Dead Man's Blues featuring Bernard Allison. That's some terrific stuff. We can't forget the song 40 Under featuring Joanna Connor from Chicago. This one's a really powerful song. Let's give it a listen.
Look down at me, Lord. What do you see? Shadows of gray, Lord, following me. What is behind me is yet to be. 40 under. Looking at me. Colors so low, seem faded and scarred. Roads that are near me will always be far. What is intended will never be.
You guys are so talented. I'm really enjoying this. This is terrific. What are your plans going forward? Are you touring? Where can people hear you?
We're building the tour now as we speak.
Okay.
I know we're also starting on CD number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the works. I think we're trying to get what's the date we're trying to get it out there, Cheryl?
January 10th is a release date. We just got off a tour with Tommy Castro. We did a tour with him in the Midwest, and then we have a tour next week in Florida.
Jeremiah Johnson. We were with Jeremiah Johnson.
We were with Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay.
We were on a bill with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then our manager, Samantha Muffet, is working on another Midwest tour, an Eastern tour, a California tour, and Florida back in December.
So you guys are going to be a bit busy.
We're
At our age, yes.
At our age, we're going to be busy. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. You're not going to be bored.
No.
We're not going to be bored. We'll be in Florida this month.
Yep.
We're doing I think 3 shows. Which weekend is that? I'm trying to find the weekend.
We start on the 25th, I think.
25th.
Okay.
Yes, the 25th we will be at. I'm looking it up right now. What's the name of the place? It's Cottonmouth and Bradenton.
Cottonmouth and Bradenton, I think.
That's the 25th. The 26th, I'm not sure where we're going to be with that one. That's not Arts Garage, is it?
No, we're playing a club, Bradfordville's Blues Club in Tallahassee, Florida, and then the following we're at Arts Garage in Delray Beach.
Excellent.
Hope folks are down there listening will come and see us.
And they need to. Oh my, what a treat. And it's got to feel so good to be traveling after all the lockdowns and interacting with the people, because that's what performance is all about. I mean, you really get the energy from the audience too.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
And then when we're not on tour, we are billed locally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, locally, we could play literally 4 or 5 nights a week. We average 2 to 3 nights a week locally.
Okay.
And the audiences are just fantastic.
So for those who don't know,
What it's like you said, that's what it's all about.
oh, absolutely, it is. So for those who don't know, where's local?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Western Pennsylvania, that's us. Anywhere around Pittsburgh or in the surrounding areas, Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Yes.
Well, certainly our drivers have off time, so this is good for them to know. They can park it somewhere and come and see you.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. They just have to find a parking lot big enough to accommodate a big rig.
We have a lot of big rigs coming through Pittsburgh. We really do. So there'll be places, I'm sure.
Where do people find your music online?
Well, first of all, they can find our music, purchase our CDs or merchandise, any merch that we're selling on our website, which is soulfulfemme.com. And they can also hear our music on absolutely every digital platform.
Wonderful. This has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. And
Thank you.
I wish you luck with everything you're doing. I'm so glad you guys got together, because you are a very synergistic duo, if you will. I know that's a mouthful, but you really do. And music really is that. You have to be able to mesh.
Yes.
If it doesn't mesh,
absolutely.
it doesn't work. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what level you're at. You're absolutely right. Most people don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't mesh, it doesn't matter. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That could be a new motto or new slogan.
Yeah, I know.
About life in general, right?
Hey.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you both. I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Shelley.
Thanks for listening to the Truckers Network radio show here on TNCRadio.live. I'm your host, Shelley Johnson. I've been featuring Soulful Femme. Definitely check them out. They're great. Thank you for listening to another great interview on TNCRadio.live and the Truckers Network radio show. All of the material you hear on TNCRadio.live, on our website, our broadcasts, or our podcasts are copyrighted. There can be no distribution without the express consent of TNCRadio.live and its partners. For inquiries, write us at info@tncradio.live. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast of the Truckers Network radio show.